Oh, hello, everybody. It is Sunday night, and the 49ers are at the top of the NFC. 4-1. Pretty crazy. It's halftime here. That's my hair's crazy over here from this side. The 49ers have made their way again to the top of the NFC, and so important that they won those first three games because now beating the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday night puts them above everybody. They own the tiebreakers right now because they have beat everyone in the NFC West. San Francisco 4-1, Los Angeles Rams 3-2, Seattle 3-2, Arizona 2-3. So, I mean, it's a huge weekend for the 49ers being on top of the NFC West. It's kind of crazy. I really did not expect them to play as well as they did on Thursday, and I also didn't expect the Seattle Seahawks to do what they did. I also didn't expect Seattle lost to the Bucks. The Bucks are going to be a tough game. That's where the Niners go next. So we got to see the Bucks. Seattle lost to them. Beating the Bucks with a little extra rest is going to mean a lot. They played a lot. 38-35, Seattle Seahawks lost. And then the Cardinals lost to the Titans. They lost to the 1-4 Titans. Cardinals are just, they always are up and down. You just never know what to expect with them. They always have Kyler Murray, so you just don't know whether he's going to play really well, whether he's not going to play well. But beating the Rams, I didn't think they were going to play as badly as they did. The Rams made a ton of mistakes. They, came to the game healthy. I think they kind of overlooked the Niners, but so many mistakes, missed kicks, missed PATs, fumbles on the goal line. I mean, so many mistakes. As good as the 49ers played on Thursday night, that's how bad the Rams played. I mean, just mistake after mistake. Sean McVay not calling a great play for them when they were, in overtime. I believe in him going for it on fourth down. Go for the win. I mean, you can't play for a tie. You play for the win. And it didn't work. East Coast games are tough for the 49ers. Playing the Bucks next week is going to be tough. I think everybody did step up, but they also were given opportunities because the Rams made so many mistakes. And the Rams are a good team. That defense, I know somebody said, well, the offensive line played like shit. Well, they didn't play great, but that's also a really good defensive line. And, they got 25 pressures the week before. They got 16 pressures against the Niners offensive line. I think what they really need is Connor Colby to get better or Ben Barch to come back. Ben Barch he's going to be out for a little bit longer. He's on IR, but they need him back. They need Ben Barch back badly. Poor bees. But I think that's what they're really missing. It was an awesome game. I actually went back and watched it. Just exciting and fun to watch. And the Niners, the energy, Kendrick Bourne. I mean, it's kind of a crazy game. It was like all over the place. There were great moments and scary moments and exciting plays and some not great plays, but the 49ers took advantage. And that's the thing. It's taking advantage of the opportunities. I posted a video yesterday, and I do have questions, and I do not think we talk to Kyle Shanahan tomorrow. It is a bonus practice. We're going to get a quick practice. I don't think I'm going to make it there by practice time. I took a little time off, but I will be there for open locker room. We do not get to talk to Kyle Shanahan tomorrow. We will talk to him on Wednesday. So Monday is a shortened, quick practice. They have a 1:30 practice, and it's very short. It's kind of like a bonus, like a Friday practice, because they had an extra week, and we got minus a practice. So it's all CBA, how many times the media can see the team. And because we only got one practice last week, we got a bonus Monday practice. But it's like, I think really the most important thing on Monday is going to be taking roll to see who's out there, who's making it back, who, is Juwan Jennings out there, is Ricky Pearsall out there, how bad are their injuries, is Brock out there? None of those guys traveled. George Kittle looked, he's been on the sidelines for so many games, and it was weird to not see him in LA. And I was surprised because it's a short trip. It is an hour flight, and I just have questions about why they didn't travel, which is, I will ask Kyle Shanahan that on Wednesday. But then locker rooms open, and then that's it tomorrow. So very, very quick kind of availability with the 49ers tomorrow. So, yeah. Did Max Jones shine like this in training? Mac Jones has been good. He's been good. He has some high moments. He's had some low moments. So I do think that he's obviously won every game he started as a 49er. He's got great throws. He's got good touch. He obviously has great chemistry with Kendrick Bourne. And with Kendrick Bourne being the top wide receiver in Thursday night's game, that was really important. Kendrick Bourne didn't have as great of chemistry with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy maybe was affected by the toe injury, maybe not, but they haven't had much practice together. Don't forget, Kendrick Bourne came in week 2 when Brock Purdy was out. So they've had very little time together. And then Brock Purdy was limited for the 1-2 practices that he had with Kendrick Bourne. So they haven't had a lot of time on the field. Mac Jones has had time with Kendrick Bourne 3 years together in New England. So that's why you see their chemistry on the field. Yep. Kendrick Bourne has just so much energy. He's so much fun. He's been like that since he was an undrafted free agent with the 49ers. But sometimes, Kendrick Bourne is Kendrick Bourne, and he doesn't know where to line up, and it throws things off, and they have to call a timeout. But when he's on, he is on. And he was on Thursday night, and they would not have won that game without him. 142 yards. Incredible. Mac Jones found him over and over and over again. So, what a great pickup for them. No one's talking about Pooney's struggle. He is struggling as well. More in the previous games than in this game. Not great. Both guards have been playing not great. But Connor Colby, he's a 7th-round pick. He wasn't supposed to be starting. He was supposed to be learning behind Ben Barch. He got thrown into the fire, and it has not been great for him, unfortunately, but I think he'll get better. But yeah, no, Dominic Pooney has not had great games either. And I wonder if part of it, he hyperextended his knee in that Raiders game. And I do think that he's not 100% yet. I think it has a lot to do with health. I think that's what why Brock Purdy struggled. I think guys who are not 100%, it's just hard, especially when you're younger. I think when guys like Brock Purdy, Dominic Pooney have injuries like that, it's harder, especially as a quarterback. You can't get the same zip on the ball. You can't get the same arc. Your body's not working the same way. So you're expecting the ball to go to a certain way because you've got certain ways your body moves, and it's not going that way. As far as offensive linemen, he's not being able to get the same push. He maybe doesn't feel quite as comfortable with that knee yet. So I think as Dominic Pooney gets healthier, he'll get better. Connor Colby just needs more experience. It just hasn't been great for him since he's been put in there for Ben Barch. He has the most pressures of all right guards through week 5. So not great. But yeah, Niners actually did. You're right, Eric. They won without playing because everybody lost, both Seattle and Arizona. I think the tough matchup is going to be next week. Got to take a look back at the Tampa Bay game and see what they're going up against. But it's a good defense. It's a good offense. If we take a look at, how they performed, Baker's a good quarterback. Let's see here. Baker Mayfield, 29 completions on 33 attempts, 379 yards. He was sacked once for 9 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. His quarterback rating, 134.7. Sam Darnold had a good day too. I'm always pleased when Sam Darnold, yes, he plays for the Seahawks, but he's a nice guy. Completed 28 of 34 for 341 yards. He had 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 135.4 rating. Pretty good. So as far as the Tampa Bay, not a whole lot of yards rushing. They only had 56 yards on the ground. So run game, not great. But Emeka Egbuka, 163 yards through the air. So defensive backs are going to have their work cut out for them. That air game is really good. Baker Mayfield's been playing really well since he's gotten to Tampa. And looking at his yardage, 379 yards. That's a lot. Only 56 yards on the ground. Quite a bit there. Let's see. They ran 58 plays, 7.3 yards per play. That's a lot. 24 rushing plays, only 56 yards. Not great. 2.3 yards per rush. Not great. The Seahawks, 6.1 yards per rush. So maybe this is where the 49ers can take advantage of a Buccaneers defense that is not great against the run or not as good against the run. I think the Niners are going to look at how the Seahawks were successful against the Buccaneers defense and try to take notes, because that's how they need to get the run game going, which has been a struggle so far. I liked how Christian McCaffrey said, hey, everybody and their mother would like to get the run game going, including me. Let's see here. 370 yards passing. That's a lot. What else here? Penalties. Only 4 penalties for 37 yards. They did not turn the ball over. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. So it's going to be a very competitive game next Sunday in Tampa. It's also going to be hot. It's in Tampa, but hey, it's better than it being freezing cold. Mac Jones should be the starter because now he's 3-0. I mean, it depends who's healthiest. If Brock Purdy's healthy, he's the better quarterback, and he's the starter. Kyle's officially the quarterback whisperer. I mean, it's the system. The thing is, it's Kyle Shanahan's offense is completely timing based. If the timing is off, it doesn't work as well. So you have one offensive lineman who's off. You have one wide receiver who's not blocking as well. It's Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, and MVS, Sky Moore. These guys don't have as much experience blocking. Juwan Jennings is a really good blocker. So is Ricky Pearsall. So is Brandon Ayuk. So is Deebo Samuel. So when you don't have your best blockers as receivers out there and they don't know exactly what the assignments are, it makes for not as efficient of an offense. So the fact that Mac Jones was put up that many yards on Thursday night, it's pretty impressive. Do we know if Bosa's ruled out for a postseason return? Yeah, I think he's out. I don't think he could come back even if they make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think so. But I mean, Malik Mustafa could have his window opened. So Malik Mustafa, the ACL that he tore, he had it graft and it tore, and he had it redone. And so I've seen him running, cutting, acceleration, burst, speed, everything. He looks like he's got it back. So he just had his surgery in January and it's October and he's coming back. I mean, that's incredibly quick healing and impressive. So yeah, I don't think Bosa can come back for the postseason. I think it's just going to be next year. Christian McCaffrey is so valuable, but I wish they would give Brian Robinson more carries. I think they will if they have a huge lead. They haven't had a huge lead. If the Niners have a huge lead, they're going to take Christian McCaffrey out the field and Brian Robinson. Every game has been so close. Every game, everybody's needed blood pressure medication. So they just can't take Christian McCaffrey out the field because he is so much better than anyone else who could carry the ball. Is everybody going to be healthy to play for Tampa Bay? Yes and no. I don't know about Ricky Pearsall because he said there's instability in his knee, which is not good. So it's a PCL. Christian McCaffrey was ruled out last year. There was no reason to bring him back. So I don't know whether Ricky will be back next week. He might need 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. We don't know. Don't know about Juwan Jennings. Rib contusions are tough. I mean, if he can't breathe and he's got broken ribs, if anyone here has had a broken rib, I have not, but just imagine how you feel when the wind gets knocked out of you, and that's how you are all the time. Let's see here. Mac is looking like Jimmy G with the quick releases into tight windows. Yeah, he's gotten better. Every game that Mac Jones has started, he's held onto the ball less, which is good because the first game he held onto the ball way too long, got sacked. The offensive line couldn't protect him that long, so he's gotten better at that. Let's see, missing Mason at running back. I think Brian Robinson will get there. Yeah, but JP Mason had a great game today. I think San Francisco will be prepared to corral Baker on that offense. I'm not so sure our offense is in a shootout. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Without Yetur Gross-Matos, that's the thing right now. So the defensive line, very injured. Yetur Gross-Matos is going to be out for a while with a hamstring injury. Kalia Davis just had hand surgery on Friday. I don't know when he's going to be able to be back, but it was a good thing to see CJ West out there wearing a little cast. Michael Williams dealing with a few little things, I think an ankle and an oblique. He should be fine and back. Yeah, it's tough. Guys are getting hurt, and it's across the league. I know everybody thinks that it's just the 49ers, but it's not. There's a ton of injuries across the league. But most of the guys outside of Bosa should be back at some point. If you have not been following or watching videos recently, George Kittle is not going to have his practice window open this week, which means, man, his hamstring was bad. It must have been a bad tear. So George Kittle needs another week before he can come back. Outside of that, yeah. Niners could have easily been 5-0 with luck in the game last. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of evens itself out, right, in the wash. They made so many mistakes against Jacksonville, and they lost. And they did not make as many mistakes against the Rams. The Rams made all the mistakes, so they benefited from those, and then they won. So we'll see. Let's see. I think halftime's over, but there's a commercial is what I'm seeing. Other than that, the other injured players that could come back, Alfred Collins has a knee sprain, so hopefully he's okay. Who else? I think D. Winters is dealing with his shoulder. I think he's okay. What else? I think that's about it. So, yeah. Do you think I get an interception this year? They need to get an interception. I don't know if they're going to get it against Baker, but they definitely need. I don't know if Gross-Matos will go to IR. They're trying to figure it out. They are only allowed so many players to return, IR to return. I think they've used a lot of them already. George Kittle's one. Ben Barch is one. Let me see. There's quite a few. So let me see. So all of those guys on IR that they want to come back, obviously Bosa went on IR and he's not coming back. But let me look at this here. So of all the guys on IR, it's a long list. All right, so these are the guys on IR. Ben Barch, they want him to come back. They need him to come back. Nick Bosa, not coming back. Spencer Burford, they want him to come back. Jacob Cowing. Now, he was injured before. Did he go? I think they put him on IR. So Jacob Cowing, Kevin Givens, they need him to come back. Teron Jackson, maybe not. George Kittle, obviously. Jacob Robinson, he was a guy who made a ton of plays during training camp. Rookie. Patrick Taylor Jr., Trent Taylor, I think he's not going. He's was placed on IR. Patrick Taylor also on IR, not to return. So the guys who could return, and I think they get 6: Ben Barch, Spencer Burford, Jacob Cowing, Kevin Givens, George Kittle. So Jacob Cowing, Kevin Givens, George Kittle. That's 5 already. You only are allowed 1 more. So it's only week 5. I don't know if they want to put Yetur Gross-Matos on IR. I think they may just have to carry him injured and then see how quickly he heals. So, yeah, pretty crazy. What else would you think? Who do you think is on the bench once Mustafa comes back? I think it's going to be Siegel and Mustafa. Siegel's had a tough go for a little bit. Maybe they give him a break so that's not as much pressure. But I think Malik Mustafa comes back in the starting role. I know that the plan was to have Siegel and Mustafa start. So I don't know what's going to happen now. If Jennings and Pearsall come back, do you see Bourne starting? Yeah, I think Kendrick Bourne has earned his spot. But Jennings, Pearsall, Kendrick Bourne. Marquez Valdez-Scantling hasn't done a lot. Sky Moore is only active for returns. Yeah, it's when you look at the wide receiver group, and they want Brandon Ayuk doesn't count for the ones to come back because he was on IR before. He was on the PUP. But you look at wide receivers, I mean, there's just not a lot more, right? It's Kendrick Bourne, Jawan Jennings, Sky Moore, Ricky Pearsall, Demarcus Robinson, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and Jordan Watkins, who is, still hurt. So that's another guy that they want to come back. But I don't know at this point if Jordan Watkins can make an impact. Does he even make it back? Because, I mean, he just hasn't had much practice now. So I don't know. Let's see. What is it? Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay should concern everybody. Let's see. Who else? I think that's about it for questions. I think they do get an interception at some point. What do we do about our D-line injuries? I mean, you got to go with the guys who you got for right now. Yeah, Robert Beal was out last week. We'll see how he goes. But let's see what happened here. They need the Bengals to keep losing games. Bengals are 2-3. They need to be about 2 and, right. They need the Bengals to lose every other game before the trade deadline so that they're willing to trade somebody, potentially. Let's see. But yeah, it's D-line they're hurt. These rookies are doing a good job trying to hang in there, but it's a tough one. So, all right, everybody, game's on right there. So I'm going to go watch the rest of the game, and I hope you're doing well. And tomorrow I'll be back at the facility and do an open locker room, chatting with the players. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in hearing about anybody else. Probably ask, again, no Kyle tomorrow, but on Wednesday, definitely going to ask why those guys didn't travel, because that's the thing that really confuses me right now. So we'll see. All right. Hope you guys are well. Talk to you soon. Bye.